everyone, and welcome to the first Forgotten Heralds review on H1Z1, a game by Sony Online Entertainment. This is an early access alpha, so beware. There are going to be many bugs, many problems, and this game did have quite a rocky launch, but I'm having great fun with it. So let's just jump right into it. Note on early access alpha. H1Z1 is currently being developed for early access alpha released on Steam. Once released for early access alpha, those who choose to purchase should anticipate an evolving feature set. Bugs, incomplete content, missing features, character and item wipe, and potentially game-breaking issues. Early access is designed for those wishing to support the ongoing development of H1Z1 and be a part of shaping its future. So if you're going to go ahead and get into this early access, understand that there are going to be problems, and you're going to be one of the people that can help the developers fix these things. Now we're going to go ahead and click and continue. We're not actually going to do any gameplay during this video. We're going to talk about the game and things like that, read through some editor's notes and stuff, because we're most likely going to be looking at a crazy long queue time. So I've already got a character on Abomination. So let's start it over here. You got your choose server name. You can click it to up and down. And then you got your server type, PvP, PvE, rules, region, population, and ping. Now you're going to see a lot of high pop, medium, very high pop, stuff like that. So really doesn't matter which one you go ahead and jump into. But we're going to talk about the rules. So you go down and look at the rules, and you got these two knives, and that's PvP. PvE is represented by campfire. Headshots only are represented by crosshairs. Recipe wipe is represented by a roll of toilet paper. And Battle Royale is represented by BR. And first person only is a hand and a gun. So we're just going to go into Abomination, which is just a PvP. And we're going to click join, and you're going to see that there is a crazy long wait time. So queue position 140th, estimated waiting time 33 minutes and 52 seconds. And this is the whole reason why I wanted to talk to you guys about everything else. So we're going to jump over to news, the must-read guide for H1Z1. All right, so let's take a look at this. This will work. All right, cool. So as you look down through H1Z1, this must-read guide, they'll talk about it's been a long road, many hills and valleys, and it was rough, and making games is hard. And it is hard. So down here is what you want to look at real quick. They do stream on Twitch pretty consistently. The standard edition comes with early access, 3 event tickets, 1 launch crate ticket, and 2 crates. The premium edition gives you early access, 25 event tickets, 3 airdrop tickets, 4 launch crate tickets, 6 crates, exclusive aviator hat crafting recipe. We're going to get into crafting in a couple videos down the road once I actually get into the game. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go to the full letter that the developers put out. So welcome to early access, it says, with a big old picture of probably their development team. H1Z1 is an apocalyptic survival game in a world where the H1Z1 virus has caused zombies to rise from the dead. Alright, so first off, it's going to be free to play, but you're paying for an entirely different access. So you're paying for the alpha. Now, some key things to consider prior to your purchase, before buying it. It's very early, and there are going to be a lot of bugs. There are likely to be some bad ones. You should fully expect that there will be bugs that will persist for a while, even potentially game-breaking ones. Pretty natural, pretty normal. So, there we go. Something was wrong with my screen. 2, the artwork should be considered a placeholder. So the graphics aren't complete yet. So be ready for that. They're going to be changing graphics. Hotfixes are going to be happening all the time. I think the graphics look pretty fine. It's really fun to play anyway. So I wouldn't really let that stop you. 3, the character model is not done. We're not satisfied with what they've got now, but it's good enough for early access so we can focus on gameplay. It's probably 30% of the quality we're shooting for, and it's being worked on right now. Once again, this is another one of those things where I'm kind of like, all right, well, that's cool, but I don't really care. The gameplay looks fine. The characters look fine. Let's just keep moving. And like they said, they're working on gameplay mostly, so that's a good thing. Number four, we don't have climbing yet. So that's true. There's no like ladders or anything like that to get up on high ground. Water is only knee deep at the moment. They don't have much in the way of military gear in the game yet, but they will. Um, we don't have an attachment point yet. Now, attachment points, this is actually very important for this kind of a PvP environment. When you're running up on somebody and you're going to try to gank them and take all their stuff, right now there's no attachment points, so you can't tell what kind of weapons they have. So you can run up on them and try to knife them or beat them with a stick or whatever you want, and they could turn around and pull out a pistol or a giant rifle and just end it, and then you got to start over. But with access points, then what will happen is you'll run up and then you'll be able to see, okay, well, that guy's got a bow and arrow on. He's got two machetes. Should I go in there? Should I try to attack him? Do I think I can win this? And that'll be actually a really good update for the game when that happens. But that is going to happen, so heads up on that. We have made decisions to allow for paid airdrops into the game with things like guns and other things being randomly selected as a part of the airdrop. Now, this is where people think like, oh, well, this is a pay-to-win game. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But what they're trying to say here is that they're making them highly contested and building a whole set of rules around this. But you should be aware that our goal is to make this a way to keep things interesting on the servers, but still contested. So if this offends your sensibilities, just know that they're going to be there. And we have gone out of our way to make sure the airdrops are contested in-game, that you can't simply expect to easily walk about to the airdrop and grab it, even if you paid for it. So what that says to me is that it's going to be a lot like Call of Duty care packages. So you drop a care package and, yeah, so it is yours and you did drop it, but somebody could come up and knife you and take it, or, anything could happen. So that's actually pretty cool, and that removes part of the pay-to-win kind of thing. I mean, it's probable that you might be able to grab your own, but we'll see. Now, expect the servers to be offline sometimes, even unexpectedly. And SOE is very good about hot fixes and things like that, so they'll probably be continuously updating the servers as much as possible, especially over the next couple weeks. And there's always that scheduled maintenance that can happen. So be prepared to just drop out of the game completely because of a fix or anything like that. Balancing problems. Expect that early on in the game, things won't be balanced properly. Now, I completely agree with this right now. I believe that as of right now, thirst and hunger are completely off the charts. It's horrible. The starvation and dying from dehydration can happen so very quickly, and you could be hunting and hunting for 20 minutes straight to find a bottle of water that's purified and still die of thirst. And so that might be an issue with the loot drop system or something like that. Something needs to balance out between the two, loot drops and hunger and thirst. I'm sure that will be figured out, but right now that's my main gripe with the game. Doesn't stop me from having fun, though. So we have building in the game, but it's what we would consider phase one. We have a lot more to add to it, and it's going to be a focus, but we have the basics only at this point. So they're going to have building quite like Rust and things like that, and it's going to expand a lot in the recent future. So they don't have female characters yet. We will, but can't promise when they will be in. So that'll happen at some point. Key bindings via our interface. We don't have this done yet. It's high pry on the list, though, so key bindings will happen probably very soon. Crates, another one of the things that's going to be a monetization method. Now, I'm not certain that this is going to be one of those pay-to-win kind of situations with the crates, because in this they're talking about skins. So you're given crates over time simply for playing. The keys will cost 250 station cash, $2.50, and can be purchased in bundles for less per key. Inside the crates are skins that make your character or equipment even cooler. However, you have to actually find items in-game to reskin. So if you get a military backpack camo pattern, you still have to find a military backpack in the game with the same specs as the one you got in the chest. The crates have one item each in them, and there's random rarity. So obviously common items are going to be more common, and rare items are going to be more rare. Crates are not necessary for gameplay, and you never have to buy one if you don't want to. So right there, you never have to buy one if you don't want to, if they're not going to be necessary for gameplay. That's not going to be one of those pay-to-win kind of things. Now, event tickets are the last thing that they talk about. Event tickets or event servers. We have many different types of servers that you can play on. One type are event servers requiring an event ticket, which can be purchased for roughly $1. At the start, we have Player Unknown's Battle Royale servers that you can play on. And that's an awesome last man standing kind of game that we think you'll really enjoy. You don't need to buy the tickets. You will earn them simply by playing H1Z1. If you like it and want to play that more, you can buy them for sure. If you get good at it, we give you additional tickets for being near the top of the leaderboard at the end of a match. So that is really the end of their little letter to the public of whether or not you should buy it. Things to consider before you purchase the alpha. Now, my things to consider are, do you have time to play? Do you have time to wait out the queues? Are you willing to get in there and lose everything, but to help the developers and have fun with your friends while you're doing it? I personally, I was on the edge of it, and a few of my friends were like, "Hey, let's go ahead and give this a try," and so we did, and we are enjoying it. Games like this, they're survival games, so they can become very frustrating. But if you stick it out, it should be very fun consistently. I'm having a great time, and I'll be putting out videos on this game more and more for gameplay and things like that. I'll probably stream it, put out my stream videos on my YouTube as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you again. And if you liked what you saw, liked what you heard, go ahead and click the like button, share it, subscribe. Thanks again.